So we liberated Finn, the place where the Queen, Hilda, lived, and now we need to go find the Ultima Scroll, but before we can get the Ultima Scroll, we need to get the White Mask. In order to get the White Mask, we need to find the secret room hidden in the basement. And I cut out a lot of time where I was looking for that hidden room in the basement.
The White Mask, when you put it on, it just endows the wearer with this sense of, like, I don't know, everyone just treats you good. Yeah. Like, it's real easy to get jobs. Like, you get your coffee order right. People hold the door open for you. People don't...
Cab stop for you.
People don't get scared when you hold the door open for them.
Like, I still left in a little bit of me looking for it, just to show how frustrating it was. Because she tells you, oh, there's this password, right? Moez or whatever. And you walk through this and you find this big, conspicuous mirror. You think, okay, if there's a secret entrance anywhere in this castle, it's this fucking mirror. And so you walk up to the mirror and you're like, Tekmet Moez, and the mirror just says, question mark? And so I go, okay.
The mirror is perplexed.
Yeah. Okay, fine. But that's where you need to go.
How
this
and why?
Nondescript, yeah, this nondescript, again, just like with the Snowcraft, it's this nondescript piece of wall, and you need to ask it, Tekmet Moez, or whatever.
Was there, like, an NPC that tells you, like, there's a draft that comes out of
Maybe.
that wall?
I don't think so. They did that in Final Fantasy VI, I remember, where they're like, ooh, there's a draft in this room, and then you find, oh, there's a secret passage behind this bookcase. And then there's a whole dungeon underneath here.
You know, I was thinking back on our Wild Arms playthrough. I was like, man, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
A solid game.
Yeah, it was.
There was some crazy shit that happened in it, too. Oh, cool, Leela's back.
Leela's back, and watch when Maria attacks with her right-hand weapon. She has that Ripper now.
Oh, yeah.
Basically what it does is it hits once, and then it does bonus damage based on her skill with daggers.
Oh.
I think that's what it's based on. What's great about it is that it will do that bonus damage regardless of how high the defense of the enemy is.
Dang.
Which means that there are times where we're hitting enemies that take 0 physical damage, but the Ripper will still do 120 or however much to them. So I'm still able to punch the defense. Like right there, it was 700 something plus 140. So because these enemies are taking fair amounts of damage, that aspect of it is irrelevant. But it's a lifesaver at certain points later on in the game.
I see she's got that main gouache in the other hand, like she's doing some painting. Gooch.
What's in this door? Fucking nothing.
A fight.
Well, of course there's a fight.
When Brian and I were in art classes together, and whenever gouache was around, we called it gooch, and our teachers would get pissed. It's like, gouache. Like, hand me the gooch. Guys,
I can't believe how many art teachers had no sense of humor.
I know.
Like, don't you realize you're making your living as a fucking artist? You're doing something totally ridiculous to make all your money. Just fucking have fun with it. Don't be so up your own ass with it. We went to the Portland Art Museum for one of my classes, and I think it was an art history class because we were going around and the instructor would show us something and then ask, you know, what school of art, what style of art is this? And it's like she pointed to one thing and we looked at it and it's like, what is this supposed to be? And it's like Impressionism. It's like close, look, you know, more closely at it. And we're like, oh, it's Pointillism. Kind of the opposite of Impressionism, but. We're going around and just talking about stuff, and at one point, I'm in a small splinter group of students who are looking at a piece called The Muse. It's like a bronze bust, but it's featureless. It's just like a human head and kind of shoulders. And asking, like, what, you know, why is the name of it? Why is it called The Muse? What is that supposed to symbolize? And all this, and we're talking about it, and it's super serious, and somehow people get talking about their preferred artists. And I say something about how I've always been a huge fan of Bob Ross. And I just got mean mugged. I just want to go, oh, fuck you, you 19-year-old shitheads.
Fuck you guys. He's more famous than any artist in this fucking building. And
is there a Rembrandt in here? I don't think so, which means Bob Ross is more famous than anyone in here.
And he dropped the mic and walked the fuck out.
And at least Bob Ross had fun with what he was doing. You can critique his actual competency as a fine artist all you want, Bob Ross loved what he did.
And squirrels.
And he loved squirrels and happy trees and bushes and birds that just needed a home for the winter.
Dude, you gotta watch that Bob Ross series on Netflix. It's just all about winter landscapes. Because I swear to you, first like 4 seconds, squirrels. Just immediately, no painting, not even talking about painting or anything. Just hanging out with some squirrels. Alright, let's get started on painting. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Bob Ross? You're the best.
You're the best, Bob Ross. And that's why I get frustrated by these games these days that like to be self-referential and deconstructionist about games, like pointing out the fact that, oh, you buy potions, and oh, people just let you into their homes. Isn't that weird? Like, fuck off. Just have fun with it being a game, you shithead.
Just have a time.
God damn it. I hate art students. Why are they so... God damn it, I hate them. Why do I gotta hate them so much?
And then when you, like, are being yourself, it really pisses them off.
Oh, yeah, how dare I be the individual?
Because they all are trying so hard to be individuals, and they're all just being the same.
They're all being the same individual, and when you're a different type of individual, they can't accept it.
They see it, and they're just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I want to be different, and there you go being different, and I'm just going to be angry like everyone else being angry.
I don't even like to be different. I just like being whatever the fuck I am.
See, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that you can be yourself, which is being different, because everyone's trying to be like everyone else.
Like, I have no problem dropping a that's what I have no problem saying something and then being like, she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Apropos of nothing, with no consideration as to whether or not the person understands it, because fuck it, I find it funny. And they're just like, what? You're a weirdo. I'm gonna cling onto my girdle and stroke my foxtail clipped to the back of my pants because it soothes me.
Taco! That's art. That's art students at the Art Institute.
It didn't help that I was... that by the time I started my career at the Art Institute, I was already 23, I think?
Yeah.
2010, 1986, 23, about to turn 24. Whereas most students there are 18 or 19, so I already have half a decade on them. In your 20s are a stupid period where every year is still quite a bit different than the year before.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I have half a decade of experience on most of you. Plus, I just got out of the military. Fuck. Man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know how to relate to any of you.
Yeah, it was rough.
I don't even want to relate to any of you.
It's like the only ones I related to were the ones who were joking a lot, like Brian, joking about stuff, or the other people that were just really quiet and were there to just get an education. Like, you're just sitting there doing your work and getting better at it, as opposed to everyone else who's being really loud and annoying and not getting better.
Everyone else who is being basically the type of nerd that we hate, except they're doing it with art, or they're being so far up their own ass that I can't help but sigh in just resignation at them. One
of the things that was the best in the animation program was that it was as if your love for cartoons, it was greater than your skill in whatever you were doing. It's like, that's what mattered.
Oh yeah,
like, as long as I love cartoons more, I'm better at animation. It's like,
more passion than skill.
It's like, I'm gonna go hang out with this guy who I realize hasn't spoken to anyone in the last 2 years. And then I'm like, oh, you're pretty cool. And then you're actually really good, too. It's because you shut your mouth and you get to work. Not saying it's mutually exclusive. You can,
you can be...
You talk about cartoons all day and be great at it.
Oh, yeah.
But very seldom did that happen. So you guys just talk a lot.
It's like, and that's one of the reasons I didn't like to talk very much, is because I didn't feel I could really back it up all that often. I was fine talking about Yeti Assassin because I knew I had something there, but a lot of the time it's like, man, I'm going to keep my mouth shut because nothing pisses me off more than the people who are up their own ass and very loud about what they do, and then show what they do, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, all the students who'd be like, I probably watch a movie every night, but I don't like to watch, like, modern, like, mainstream Hollywood movies, I like more, like, indie fare, small independent movies, as if that makes them such a fucking unique snowflake.
I watch like a Criterion film every night, like.
And then they
backwards.
And then they make whatever the fuck
subtitles.
And then make whatever the fuck they make as a film student, where they're super serious about it, and all you can do is sigh, because it's like, did you get the metaphor? Well, the metaphor wasn't what I would call subtle. or revelatory or, at this point, even a metaphor. You have someone fishing, and you're saying that there's more fish in the sea because they're in a relationship. And, you know, having someone fish isn't a metaphor for fishing. It's just fishing.
Yeah.
You asshole. I hate you.
Yeah, it was really great the day that I realized I should just stop trying to do what the teachers wanted me to do and just do what I wanted to do, and the look on the students and the teachers' faces. But then, like, the handful of teachers that, like, nodded in approval, like, yeah, you fucking do it. And then the few students that were like, you fucking do it, man. You paint those ugly boobs and weird butts and stuff. You do it.
My only regret with the Art Institute, other than attending the Art Institute altogether, is that... my only regret is that I didn't make the senior film that I wanted to make.
Yeah.
Because initially I wanted to make Yeti Assassin, but then I'm like, man, I fucking hate what I'm doing, and I'm not going to try to raise the money and try to plop down what little money I have to make this. Because this idea needs money.
It was the one with the priest and shit?
Yeah, the one I wanted to make was the one with the priest, which was basically...
I wish you made that, too.
Yeah, and I presented that to one of my senior film instructors, like Senior Studio 2, I think it was, as an alternative, and she's like, it's kind of one joke, one note. I'm like, I know that, but it's the same joke told multiple times, with some nice, sight visual comedy to it that I really want to do, and she talked me out of it, because I'm like, well, fuck it. Like, I wanted, my fear was that if I made the film I wanted to make, they wouldn't let me show it, and if I couldn't show it, I wouldn't graduate. The only reason I didn't give up is because I want to graduate and just have a degree. Because there's so many jobs that are like, at a minimum, you need a bachelor's. Bachelor's in what? Doesn't matter. Just a BA.
Just have it. I like that the instructor was actively discouraging your fucking artistic vision.
Yeah.
Like, you probably shouldn't do that. I know you're in art school. I know you're at the Art Institute, where our posters, our advertisement literally states that we're here to help you create your vision. But no,
maybe don't do this vision because it's one note.
Do a vision that's more like the vision we want you to do.
I still have that script, too. Just sitting on my hard drive.
We should probably just do it.
Yeah.
We should probably just make it happen.
It is stupid. It is exploitative. It is great. I love it. It is everything that our Doctor Who script is, but in a 10-minute form and with a priest called Abbott Costello.
It's the best.
It's the stupidest pun I could think of.
Yeah, we'll make that sometime.
Yeah.
It'll just say "fuck you, AI" at the end. Like
Yeah. Apropos of nothing, there's in my favorite joke is that they're talking about God and how he worked. Something about how he is always watching, and the priest points up, obviously hinting at God, and the nun who's talking to him kind of like nods her head in understanding. But then the camera pans up, and there's a hole carved into the ceiling, and there's an eyeball looking through it. And you hear this voice go, just this disgusting old man laugh. Like, no, there's this fucking weirdo who's always watching.
Oh, man.
Flame shield. It doesn't... Does it give me an upgrade? It doesn't give me, like, a defensive upgrade, but obviously defense against fire is always nice. Unless the enemies have ice, in which case you're fucked.
So are you still looking for the mask?
We're still looking for the mask. All that discussion that we just had, even while this is playing at double speed, is me going through the small labyrinth, just trying to find the mask. It's not even hidden, it's just a matter of getting through this goddamn labyrinth.
Fucking killer mantis. What are you doing in here?
Yeah, the enemies often don't make sense, but then enemies never make much sense in Final Fantasy. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm in a desert, there are cactuses, there are sandworms, fine. But then it's like, okay, I'm on this drawbridge, what's on here? Just big weird eggs that shoot spinning blades at me? Whatever, Final Fantasy VII, whatever.
That's weird.
Yeah.
How is everyone who lives here okay with this?
And this whole quest that we're on right now doesn't feel... How do I put this? I keep using the word organic. Let me try to find a different word than organic. The quest doesn't feel fucking endemic, I suppose, to the experience. It doesn't feel like what we're doing has anything to do with the state of the world at large. It's, oh, go find the white and the black mask. Why? What do those have to do with the Empire? I did it again! I had to say Empire and Emperor at the same time.
Emperor.
Like, well, what do those have to do with the Empire or the Emperor? No, nothing. They're in place to block the Ultima Scroll. Why do we need the Ultima Scroll? We just need it.
Here's the blood sword.
Finally got a blood sword, though. That's cool. But first we have to fight monsters. Bunch of monsters.
You can't even equip it first?
Nope.
Oh.
Although that's probably for the best, because the blood sword sometimes has a weird interaction with undead, I've noticed, where it will heal them and hurt you.
That's weird.
Which actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because it's giving them the blood.
Yeah. And something else that makes me think that Final Fantasy cribbed a lot from Dungeons and Dragons is that undead are damaged by holy magic.
Yeah.
Because the conceit behind undead in Dungeons and Dragons is that they are fueled by negative energy.
Okay.
In Dungeons and Dragons, there's positive and negative energy. Living things are powered by positive energy. Undead things are powered by negative energy. And what a healing spell does, it doesn't heal. It infuses the target with positive energy, which, because the target is fueled by positive energy, usually, means it's going to heal their wounds.
Okay.
But if you hit an undead target with it, you're hitting them with their opposite, and so now it hurts them.
It's not like you're bringing them from death to life and
exactly,
that's killing them.
It's their tissue is animated now by negative energy, and so you're basically disrupting the flow of their energy. Conversely, you have cure light wounds. Conversely, you have inflict light wounds.
Yeah.
Which you inflict light wounds, you're infusing a target with negative energy. It's just because most targets are alive, it's going to disrupt their flow and hurt them. But if you hit an undead target with it, then it heals them.
Yeah.
Right? And so in Final Fantasy, you have that same concept, where usually you can, at the very least, you can cast Cure on an enemy who's undead, and it will hurt them. At the extreme, you can use a Phoenix Down, or sometimes an Elixir, and it will kill them instantly. Which I feel that was taken directly from Dungeons and Dragons. And that's something they stick with a lot, even as undead enemies have become more uncommon in later games. In Final Fantasy VII, there's a very famous boss in the cavern beneath Cosmo Canyon who is undead, and you beat him instantly by just dumping an elixir on him.
Yeah, X potion. It's like, oh
yeah.
shit!
Yeah. Just do it.
That's the best. I remember being told about that though, like, it was in the days where it's like you'd go home from school, play Final Fantasy, and then come back and talk to everyone about your progress. And then someone was like, yeah, you know, if you dump like an elixir or X potion on that thing, it kills it immediately. And I'm just like, damn it.
Yeah. That's one of those bosses that has some tech going on too. And so being able to just kill him instantly is great. I wish there were exploits like that in Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and 4. Actually, there's one exploit in this game at the very end that you're going to love. And I can't wait till you see it.
Yeah?
It's amazing.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's so great. But I'll save it. I won't spoil that one.
I like how Leela's bandana is tied at the front. And like the little tie ends are coming out the front of her head instead of the back.
A Recall Dagger. Sweet. But no, a monster. So again, for whatever reason, this game doesn't like to give you weapon upgrades for a long time, and then it starts just dumping them on you.
You look an awful lot like a Chimera, Rios.
I know, but I'm not. I'm Rios. I'm green. Totally different. Not the same thing.
Don't mix me up with that fuck. He owes me $20.
Fucker. Yeah, I know he's not going to pay me back, but I still want it. Let's see, what is this upgrade specifically? Up to 134.
Get rid of that fucking
main gouache.
Done
painting,
girl. Werebane.
Yeah.
Just
again, those
with 2 Werebanes.
Again, those weapons that are... All these doors, only one of them is progress. The other are just troll doors.
And you have to get in a fight, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, if you go into any of them, it's a fight, just like any of the other empty, pointless rooms.
Did you look it up and go into the right one, or did you try them out?
I think I looked it up, except... Oh, I remember what happened. I looked it up, but the guide did a very poor job of explaining which door you need to go into, as many guides unfortunately do. Written by people who don't understand that positioning is relative, and your third from the left is my second from the right.
All right, now go into the third door. What do you mean?
Third door from which direction? Why don't you put up a quick diagram, number them, and then say go into door 3?
If the door on the farthest left is 1, go into door 4. Yeah, it's like...
Okay, fine, I can do that, yeah. But no, they never do that. It's always like, go into the third from the left.
Go into the middlemost door. What do you mean?
And then fortunately, I guess what he actually meant. Because I think he said, go into the secondmost door. And so it's like, well, what the fuck? But now we have the white mask at least.
Go into the door that's the biggest.
What? What?
It's the obvious choice, so go through that one. I like how Gus's midriff is showing, like his little belly button action.
Well, like we said last night, or one of the fewer episodes, Yoshitaka Amano is an equal opportunity meat vendor when it comes to his characters.
Like I imagine he's wearing basically like a really tight, like green training bra.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So you can just see his rippling, like, just man meat.
Oh man, a warp! Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank God.